Yeah, free socks.
Welcome to Free Socks. I'm your host, Nosferatu, and this is our After Hours episode. Because, you know what? I don't want to get into it right now. Welcome to Free Socks, and here's your co-host, as always.
The Owl Man. I don't remember what my name was going to be. I forgot. Sorry, listeners.
It's fine. We're going to jump right into Song of the Week because something really fucking cool happened. We both forgot to pick Song of the Week because we have the attention spans of gnats.
Daryl, don't you dare say it like that. Don't you dare say it like that. This is how the story really went.
Okay, for sure.
Alright. Daryl saw this wild Twitter thing happen with some photographer he was being too big to be the photographer, to do photography for some band on their tour. And then Daryl ended up listening to one of their songs, and it was pretty sick. So we decided it's Song of the Week.
Yeah, and then we tweeted them, and they immediately tweeted us back and retweeted us and replied and liked the tweet. And then one of their fans also replied to the tweet and liked our tweet. And so we figured out a formula so we could just launch ourselves into the social stratosphere.
I guess, Daryl. It's also a good song, so you guys should check it out. Let's say what the song is, Daryl.
It's Fine by After Hours, the band After Hours. They're a pretty new band. I think they just went on their first tour. That was actually the whole point of, the photography thing. They tried to hire this photographer and told them all the parameters for the tour up front. And the guy was like, this isn't enough money, and I don't want to do it. This is embarrassing. He basically tried to put them on blast or whatever. And they responded with, dude, we had another photographer. It was awesome. This was a really great tour, and I'm glad you didn't come. We had so much fun. It would have sucked if you were there. And so I saw that, and I was like, this is an undiscovered band? Potential Song of the Week. And so I clicked and listened to their song, and it was actually pretty good.
It's a good song, everybody. So check it out. Song of the Week this week. It's Fine by After Hours. Check out our tweet. You can listen to it there on Apple Music. And,
we did post a link to the song.
We did.
Okay, so you want to get into this juicy topic I was talking to you about earlier, or no? You ready to get into it?
I'm sure, Daryl. Let's just talk about whatever, man. It's a free-flowing podcast.
It is a free-flowing podcast, you're right. We also are only at 2.5 minutes, so we definitely need to fill some of this fucking time. Okay, yeah, what I wanted to talk to you was another thing I saw on Twitter where, this dude was like, you guys are out here buying premium Snapchat subscriptions when porn is free? What the fuck's wrong with you? And I basically wanted to pick your brain on what you thought about premium Snapchats and their whole dealio. You didn't know what they were before I told you, right? You had no idea?
No, I had no idea what you were talking about. I thought this was a legitimate Snapchat premium service, I don't know, YouTube Red or something like that.
For anyone who doesn't know or is unfamiliar with the concept of premium Snapchats, basically you pay a fee either once, a lot at one time, or a nominal fee over a span of months to buy a subscription on PayPal or Patreon or Venmo or whatever. And you pay a girl to basically send you nudes. But it's not just about that. A lot of the time, there's also different packages. So you can get one every few days, one every few weeks. But there's also ones where they text you, where they talk to you and pretend to be your friend. So if you pay $100,
I have heard about this, dude.
You can pay a girl
actually
to be
heard
your
about
friend.
this. Yeah.
It's super
they
weird,
pretend.
Right?
They pretend to be your... Well, I've seen ones where they, pretend to be your girlfriend. I've seen this on YouTube. People, try it out, and it's super weird. You get, a max 100 texts, and once they reach that, they just won't text you back. It's super weird.
Yeah, that's bonkers. I don't know why you would... It makes me... It's confusing as to why someone would, spend money to just have someone talk to them. You know? Doesn't that sound just a little bit odd to you?
It is pretty weird. Some people are just that desperate for companionship, I guess, Daryl.
And the tweet also makes a very good point, is that all porn is free anywhere. And so what is the point of spending $5, $20, even $100 a month to get a still picture or like a 10-second video is the most you can get on Snapchat. I'm sure, right?
Well, I assume that these people are just lonely and they want some type of personalized experience. Feel like they have, I don't know,
Yes.
friends or whatever.
So it's more about the intimacy then. It's like about the connection, is what you're saying.
I mean, that would be my guess. I have no other idea why.
I mean, I was watching this documentary on HBO or whatever, and it basically said the same thing. Like, they had this sex worker on, and she was like, 90% of what she does really is just talking to people. Like, most people don't really care too much about the whole, like, sex part of it. They just want, like, a friend. And so they have to do a whole lot of, like, basically unsolicited therapy for, like, a bunch of people who are just lonely.
Makes sense. It's definitely pretty weird, but I mean, I guess it makes sense.
I mean, humans are social creatures by nature, and so they do crave, like, belonging and connection. But it's just strange that, like, you would have to pay to supplement that. Like, you weren't getting enough of that in your own life just regularly. So
I can
like,
see how that's possible, though, in the digital age where people literally don't talk to other people in real life at all.
Well, yeah, you can get whatever you want online now. So, yeah, it does make sense that people would use that to fill a need. But it's just, like, some of the stuff's so detached, but they still pay, like, an absurd amount. Like, there's just feet pic people. People who just send pictures of their feet to people for money. And that's like, you could Google pictures of feet if that's your jam. If your jam is feet, let me tell you, friend, everyone's got feet, and they're everywhere. Like, you can just go to a regular beach and pretend like you could do whatever, and you would get your fill. I don't understand.
But it's the personalized experience, Joe. That's what it's about.
I guess. So, Aaron, you said you had something you wanted to talk about earlier, right?
Song of the week, music, concerts. We could talk about concerts.
Oh yeah, what was the last concert you went to? You said you went to a...
Owen and I, our friend Owen, shout out Owen, friend of the podcast.
Shout out Owen.
Yeah, we went to a One Republic concert last week. Early in the summer, we saw a country music concert. Brad Paisley, for those of you into country music, I'm sure that's not many of you, but, you know. Yeah, concerts are great. Live music is just, like,
It's the
a
best.
great thing. Yeah, it's phenomenal. It's expensive,
it's
but
like-
it's great.
Yeah, like, who if you could see anyone in concert dead, any dead artist in concert, who would it be?
Freddie Mercury, maybe? Yeah, probably Freddie Mercury.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, no. 100% Freddie Mercury.
He's an entertainer, but there's so many, like, Michael Jackson, Prince now. Lots of people that are great entertainers.
I never got into Prince's music. He's a swell guy, but I just never listened to any of his
Well, yeah,
music.
I never listened to his music either, but I heard he was a great performer.
I know. I'm thinking either Freddie Mercury or Michael Jackson, just because, like, if I were there to hear Bohemian Rhapsody live, I genuinely think I would like, my brain would explode.
Same, dude. Exactly same.
I don't know how I would be able to process the emotions I'd feel hearing that, like, when the opera, having a full actual live opera singing the last part of the song. No, like, that's not just him. That's a whole group of people that they got.
That would be phenomenal. That would be a life changer for sure.
Like, even, like, minor concerts where I didn't think I'd be all that hype. Like, I saw Kanye West live, and after I saw that, it changed my whole perception of like, I was like, you know what? He's allowed to act like that now. It 100% rationalizes all his behavior. I just saw that.
Oh my gosh.
I saw that in person. Okay, you know what? I understand. It makes sense. If I were doing that, like his last tour, he had a floating stage. So that, like, it was just like I think a 10 by 10 slab of concrete suspended by wires over the whole crowd.
Oh, yeah, I think I saw this on the internet. Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
And it's
I've seen
just
a few
him
people
on
do
stage.
stuff like that, but that's
hours.
probably better.
You know how insane you have to be just you on stage for hours? You're the only source of entertainment for hours, Aaron.
Well, I mean, when you have a head as big as Kanye's, I can see how that works.
How do you not run out of shit to do? Even if you do all your set lists, it's just you up there.
Well,
Like,
I
how do
don't
you
know,
not freak the fuck out? Like, I don't know. It was It was amazing. I wasn't even excited to see Kanye before he came on, and then he did a song, and I was like, "Oh my god, wait a minute, this is the great like." You don't think every song you hear from an artist is a banger until you hear it live, because when you hear it live, every single track is a banger.
Absolutely.
Like, you could see a Taylor Swift song, and even the saddest Taylor Swift song is a banger live.
Daryl, don't get me started. Don't get me started about Taylor Swift live.
Did you see her live? You saw her live, right? You and Steger both saw her live?
Yeah, I've seen her twice now. I saw her on her 1989 tour and her Reputation tour. Steger saw her on the Red tour. I'm pretty jealous about that, because that was the real banger.
Red would have been a one to see.
Red's probably her best album. Hot take.
Yeah, I can see that. I think the first concert I went to was a Hollywood Undead concert, but they were the headliner, so there was like 6 or 7 different like just rock, like varying genres of levels of rock bands. So there was like a death metal one, and then there was sort of like a pop punk one, and then there was sort of like an alternative Good Charlotte type one. Like, there's so many different types of bands, and then Hollywood Undead came on, and it was the first time I was like, whoa, all these songs I need to own for myself in my... It was the first time I was like, I have to buy this music. I never think about buying music, but when I'm at a concert, I'll buy a fucking CD.
I don't know.
Even
that's
if I
probably
have all
the
this
best
stuff
part
for
of the
free.
digital age, of streaming music. It's so easy now. You can listen to anything you want.
Yeah, no, but
Don't
I
have
like
to buy
having
it.
physicals. I like having physicals.
Yikes. The only thing that'll get me to buy something physical is vinyl.
I feel that.
Vinyl's pretty cool.
It's just, I don't know, I just like having physical stuff.
Yeah, that's fair, Daryl. That makes sense.
Because I don't know, I like to think that if I leave this earth, I would like to bequeath my items to people.
Yeah. So when your great-great-grandchildren receive your CD and don't have a CD player to play it, they'll definitely, they'll think you...
Aaron, I'll also have a CD player for them to use.
Okay, Daryl. Okay, if you say so. You have a CD player on you right now?
Yes.
I absolutely do not have this. I don't know where okay, the car. That's the only place I have a CD player.
That's what I was thinking, too. I was like, yeah, I have a CD player right now. It's a car.
Wow.
Play CDs,
okay.
tapes, whatever, you name it. And it streams. Got Bluetooth.
Jeez.
Yeah, I was just playing Overwatch with our friends. I was doing okay.
Oh,
The game's
nice.
too hard.
Overwatch, great game. You know what's a better game, though?
Are you going to say Black Ops 4, the beta? You're going to say Black Ops 4 beta?
I wasn't going to say that, but that is a better game. But no, I was going to say Red Dead Redemption 2, because that's what we're talking about for the gaming segment right now. Even though neither of us have played it. I don't think anyone's even played it besides, the developers at this point.
No, it's going to be a pretty... Like, I think it's set to top Grand Theft Auto 5 for at least a little while.
No
I don't think it's
way.
going to outsell it, but I think it's meant to replace it for the time being. Like, there's going to be dumb hype. Because the campaign's always cool for Red Dead, but I think this one... Because remember on the last one, there was an online thing where you could sort of, like, roam around?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a little bit further ahead in the timeline for Red Dead, so it's going to be a little bit more urban. And so you can definitely start doing, like, more... Like, I think they're going to do the online shit, because they saw how well the online did for GTA 5.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think that Rockstar would, like, just go story mode for something as big as this. Plus, the game looks gorgeous.
Yeah, it looks stupid good. And all the systems that they've been, like, going into deeper detail about recently, like, as the game comes closer to launch, just seem, like, so great. Just
like
seem
what?
so, like, so deep. Like, the characters are, like, they actually, like, remember you.
Oh,
and
and it's an AI thing.
Yeah, but it's like,
instead of
I think it's
NPC.
smarter than any other video game at this point.
Oh, that's sick.
I saw.
I think
they
they first did that in Shadow of Mordor. Or whatever.
Oh yeah, they had like the Nemesis system that did that weird thing similar, I think.
Yeah, it's like the people remember you. You could like leave an impression with a certain orc or whatever. But yeah, I think that's sick. I like that people remember you. Yeah, I saw the thing where you could let someone die or save them.
Oh yeah. If they're like hanging off a cliff, you could be like, nah, I'd rather not.
Yeah. Plus, I think they are going to focus a lot. Like they're going to do